Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I know this might be kind of a surprise. Normally I do make my videos. I try to post it at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I got tied up today, and at first I was saying I was not gonna, post one. But as I began to start prepping for tonight, it was on my heart to come up on here live to tell you some information that's very, very, very important. Um, First and foremost, I want you to think about this. When someone speaks to you that you love, that you trust, and have great advice for you, what you do with that information is up to you. And if they see that you cherish those words, those advice, those people will be more prone to give you more advice. But if you don't adhere to those advice, then that person just keep on going. And so with that being said, we're not going to talk about the advice from other people, so to speak, which is nothing wrong with that. But I want to advise you to consider taking the advice, taking the words that God gives you more importantly. And the reason why I said that, because so many people, they really don't understand how God communicates with them. And one of the ways that was really upon my heart to share with you is about dreams. Well, dreams and visions. Dreams and visions. So when God talks to you through your dreams, really, really, really appreciate that. First of all, appreciate that. Thank him for it, but also value it. How do you value those communications that God gives you? First of all, what you do is, with those dreams, do not dismiss them. The first thing you need to do, get a spiral, pen, pencil, write them down. Write down those dreams, write down those communications that God gives you. I want you to know this. Every time you value what God gives you, he can entrust you with more and with higher grade or with higher value. When you appreciate, when you really become a good steward of what God gives you, I'm telling you, you showing him that he can trust you with it, and you'll do something with it. And when you trust what God gives you pertaining to your dreams and stuff, by writing them down, seeking him for the understanding, seeking him for the interpretation of it, I'm telling you, those conversations, it's like, I'm going to say this word, it does him good. And when I say does him good, because he's like, wow, my child is investing in the words and the communication that I give them. And so when God sees that you are a good steward or a good manager of what he gives you, he can entrust you with more. And so with those dreams, with those visions that God give you, I'm telling you, when you write them down, and don't dismiss them. Don't think, well, it just need, I don't know, I might be going crazy. No, because oftentimes what happened, when we so busy in the daytime, God would speak to us. Sometimes God would even wake us up out of our sleep to give us some nuggets, to even forewarn us about things. Especially, we often talk about in the hours of quote unquote 2 to 4 or 3 to 5 a.m. During that time, when God wake you up during that time, I know it may be concerning. Well, why am I waking up? Oh, I can't go back to sleep. Don't dismiss that. You just immediately go into prayer. God might be waking you up to prevent something from happening. God might be waking you up for you to pray to prevent something from happening. Sometimes God may want to just have a conversation with you. Like I said, you're too busy in the daytime, so he'll wake you up at night. So with that, when, let's just say you're getting up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, okay, then you go back to bed, okay, that's fine and dandy. But all of a sudden, you get up and you don't need to use the restroom, but you feel the need to, man, I can't go back to sleep. Don't prolong it. You immediately go to God. Talk to God. Let that be your first line of offense. Talk to God. God, is there something that you're showing me? Is there something you're showing me about someone? Is there something that you're showing me about me? Whatever it is, take the time to really value, investigate, talk to God about it. I'm telling you, it is so important. And don't you know, oftentimes we be praying, God, I need your guidance. I need your direction. God, I need you to show me. Well, sometimes in the daytime, we're so busy with distractions, and God may be trying to tell us at night. But like I said, what do? We dismiss it. We dismiss not only what God said, but we dismiss the intellect that God has given us. We call ourselves dumb, stupid. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, child, I'm just going crazy. Okay, well, you keep saying that. Let me tell you something. First of all, those that know me, if I hear you say that, oh, I'm going to tell you, hey, don't you say that. No. But also, I ain't going to answer to that mess. Matter of fact, this on a side note, I had somebody today, they saw me, what's up, player? Nah, I shot that down. I ain't no dog, I ain't no player. Just in case you don't know my name, I'll introduce myself. You can call me Mr., Sir, or whatever, but ain't no dog, ain't no player. No, I'm not going to acknowledge that. Playing, and look here, those that know me, playing or not, I don't play that way because I'm very careful, not only what I call myself, but what I answer to. What about you? What about you? So with that being said, I want you to really be prayerful on what God give you, those dreams, those visions. And like I said, and this is what I do. Normally what I do, because sometimes I write answers sometimes, but 99% of the time, I think faster than I can write. So oftentimes what I do, I grab my phone. Even I could be dog tired, but if I had a dream, whatever, I grab my phone real quick, put it on record, and I begin to start speak and describe what my dream is or what my dream was. And then once I get up, then I go ahead and listen to it and I write down in details. Even the devil may try to make me forget, but I said, no, God, I bind that spirit in the name of Jesus. God, you're going to remind me of your word. You're going to remind me of what you showed me in those dreams. And you know what? I'm telling you, God would do it. Excuse me. So as you write down those things that God showed you in your dreams, and like I said, see, God is a God of detail. God is a God of detail. So write down everything. If it's something that he showed you, write down the color, write down the shape, write down all those things. Don't dismiss anything because there's a simile. It is all a symbolic of something. Do not dismiss those things that God showed you because it may be helping you for you to be able to have an understanding of something that you've been praying about. God may give you something that's going to blow your mind and catapult you right now for the next 20, 30 years. I'm telling you from firsthand experience. Yeah. And this is just, be me. Even as a kid, I was, at first I used to, tell a few people my dream because I thought that everybody, had the kind of dreams I had, But then when I began to start seeing people make fun of me, then it made me, shut myself down from people, but I never stopped having my conversation with God. I never stopped talking to God about it, and I never stopped having dreams. I just didn't disclose it, didn't share it with those people. I didn't. But in my journey in life, what God began to show me was when I really, really, really surrendered my life to God, God told me and showed me that he was going to refer me back to who I was when I was 6 years old. And when I was 6 years old, I had so many conversations with God and I trusted God like no matter what. And, throughout the course of my life, I began to start listening to people, and they say, well, you crazy. And I thought I was crazy because when I see things, I believed it, matter of fact, I'll share this with y'all. But I had a vision. This was not a dream. This was a vision. I had a vision back in 82, I believe, 81 or 82. I had a vision that Prince and I were going to be on stage together. And I was like, oh, okay. It was like, and matter of fact, I'm actually looking at the place that I saw it. A matter of fact, I'm seeing it was on a Saturday. It was on a Saturday that I saw that while I was in my room. And I just saw Prince and I was on stage together. And I knew it was going to happen because I saw it. And I know who showed it to me. I know it did. And no, it wasn't the devil. No. The Bible tells us my sheep know my voice. So, yeah, on the side note, I tell people, hey, look here, know God's voice, learn God's voice, and hold on to it. And there's going to be some people that are going to challenge you. Don't worry about them. As long as you know, and God will always give you confirmation. So I just want to say that little sidebar, because there are some people, they'll say you crazy, all this stuff, and they'll make you sabotage, make you aboard what God's trying to deposit into you. So I just want to share that. But long story short, I saw that vision, and I was like, okay, yes. And then I shared it with some people, because like I said, I just shared what I saw, and that was that. And then some people made fun of me. And then when Purple Rain came out, they were like, man, and you said you're going to be with that dude, man, I know you crazy. That's the light way of saying, some other words that they shouldn't have said about me. And I was like, so I just dismissed it. I knew it. But like I said, God began to start telling me, you don't have to share it with people to convince them who I am to you. You ain't got to prove nothing. You don't prove people by what you say. You show them by what you do. I said, Lord, thank you. And so long story short, that was, like I said, in 82 that God showed me. And then 84 when Purple Rain came out, and they made fun of me again. So I never said anything to anybody until December 30th of 97 at Reunion Arena. Prince was coming to town, and this was might be my third time getting ready to see him. And long story short, I was going with my cousin, and this time God was saying, you're gonna be with him today. And so I actually told my cousin that rode with me, hey, you want to be on stage with me? I'm gonna be on stage with Prince. She was like, no. But she knew who said that. Me. I told her that, and she believed that I was going to be on stage because I said it. And long story short, that day, I wasn't on stage with Prince. Prince was on stage with me. I wasn't starstruck. I wasn't, oh my God, I wasn't fanning out because I already saw it. He was on stage with me. And actually, when I was on stage, he came over there where I was and wanted to jam with me, And so I said all that to say this. Yeah, there may be some visions, there may be some dreams that God show you. It may seem like it's crazy. And even when you tell people, they may look at you crazy. They may think, oh, you really lost your mind. But when God show you something, it's your responsibility to hold on to it. And look here, it doesn't matter if nobody believes you. So what? Do you believe? Do you believe? And so, yes, I use it as an analogy pertaining to the Prince, the vision with Prince and everything, and how it manifested because I saw it. And, some people get uptight, but, you talking about devil and stuff. Sit down. I'm using an example. And also the thing is, I tell people, we as believers, we are supposed to interact with people who sometimes may not even know God. But how are they going to know God if we keep running from them? So, long story short, and this is my last vision. Now, this is a vision. I remember my mom was pregnant, and I was a kid, didn't know anything about months and all this stuff. But I remember this happening, but I was getting ready to eat, and I was always small. I was the smallest kid. And I said, oh, I forgot to tell you. And I stood on top of a chair to point to the calendar to tell my mom that she was going to have a baby on Thursday, January the 31st. This was in 1980. And I had told her how he was going to look. He was going to be bright-skinned, real pretty curly hair. And I began to start describing the day and around the time. I saw like 2:30, and long story short, that particular day I forgot all about it. I just felt it in my spirit to say it. But like I said, during that time I might have been 7. But all I knew was when I saw something, when I felt something, I would say it. And so, long story short, I remember my dad picking up me and Sheila from school. And lo and behold, my mom was in the hospital to get ready to give birth to my little brother. My mom gave birth to my little brother January the 31st, Thursday, January 31st at 2:31 p.m. Yeah. So, did I know that? Did I guess on it? No. God showed me. And at the time, I didn't know God. It was God. I just felt it, and I shared it. But because of my intimate relationship with God, even as a kid, now I understand as an adult. Now I understand those things. And so now that's the reason why I felt the need to come up from here to share with you about valuing the relationship, valuing the communication that God gives you. Write it down. Don't let anything or anybody shake you from what God tells you, God reveals to you. God wants to communicate with you. God wants to communicate with you. Whatever God wants to communicate with you, please don't dismiss it. It could be a great tool, a great nugget, a great warning. But you have to take the time to appreciate that God chose you to communicate with you. And so with that being said, I hope and pray that even just this conversation I'm having with you, I hope and pray that it was something that was enlightening and insightful. I hope for it to be able to encourage you to seek God like never before. Keep your eyes focused on what God says and be aware of distractions that may try to get you off focus. Yes, they're going to come, but let your praise, let your obedience, let your worship be stronger than the distractions. And so I bless the Lord, and I thank God for you all being here. Thank y'all for time just even to listen, and look forward to hearing y'all testimonies. Look forward to hearing y'all testimony. I'm praying for y'all to be able to have a peaceful, sweet sleep. I'm praying that God even minister to you while you sleep, even while you're sleeping. He comforts you. He communes with you. He speaks to you, and even when you wake up, you can remember everything that God showed you, but you need to write it down immediately. You need to record yourself immediately speaking it. Don't dismiss it. Don't delay it. Don't feel like, well, oh yeah, I remember that. I'll remember. I'll write it down. No. You take it seriously. You take it seriously. You take it as if someone is giving you the code to the safe that has every promise, every riches, every blessing for the rest of your life. Yeah. So with that being said, may God bless you. You sleep well, and I'm praying that God help you to wake up refreshed, renewed, ready to start the next day. Why? Because you were obedient for this day. God bless you. Brother Prater, I love you dearly. I'm Brother Prater, and I thank you. Thank y'all for your love and your support. And I'll talk to you later. Be blessed. Good night.